Good evening and welcome to the Coon Rapids Ice Center for girls hockey tonight on CCX TV with the St. Cloud Icebreakers taking on the Wayzata Trojans. John Haddon and Dan Ficken, glad to be with you. And Dan, let's start where we are. We're in Coon Rapids, and that shouldn't be, but there's activity going on at the Plymouth Ice Center. So here we are, and really the coach for Wayzata has a lot of connections here in Coon Rapids, and that's how that happened.
Well, she is a tremendous hockey player here for the Coon Rapids Cardinals, and done some coaching here too. She moved over to Wayzata, so she's going to feel real comfortable in here, you know? Bye, guys.
We'll see how her players feel. That's Jess Christopherson, her third year at the helm of these Trojans. They lost their top scorer from a year ago. They bring back most of the rest of the key players scoring-wise. It's going to be interesting to see how they gel in this new season.
It was kind of a disappointment last year to an extent for Wayzata, but we got to remember they play in the Lake Conference, so that's loaded. They learned a lot. They were a young team last year. They're coming back. The biggest thing they got to do, they got to start scoring goals. They got to find a way to get in the net, and they got to start getting dirty, get people in front of the net, tip shots, etc.
They played one game, losing that game 2-1 on the other side. St. Cloud also has a loss on their record, dropping 2-0 as their goaltender stopped 53 shots in the game, but she faced 55, and what a way to open your season. That was a lot of work for the keeper.
I was kind of looking over in warm-up, seeing she had a lot of bruises on her, but wow, what a tremendous effort. But she's a tremendous goalie. They took second in the Central Lakes Conference last year. Pretty good conference, sent some state tournament participants, and did very, very well. She had a .76 save percentage throughout the season last year. She's going to be fun to watch. I'll tell you, for a team with Wayzata coming in with scoring problems, she ain't the goalie they want to face.
They're going to see her in just a bit. Right now, we step aside. When we come back, we'll get to the drop of the puck between Wayzata and St. Cloud.
What makes your community feel like home? Is it knowing what's happening in your neighborhood? Or when people know your name? Connections make us a community. For more than 30 years, Northwest Community Television has connected citizens, neighbors, even sports fans through video. As life gets busier than ever, we will still offer you a connected community experience through CCX Media, so you can stay connected to the place you call home.
Welcome back to Coon Rapids, where St. Cloud takes on Wayzata. Wayzata, the home team tonight. John Haddon and Dan Ficken back with you as we get a look at the huddles for each side. St. Cloud in their red uniforms. This co-op of a holding forward Apollo, Cathedral, and Tech, about a decade strong now. And Wayzata in the white sweaters this evening on the other side. Again, both coaches in their third year, Jess Christopherson of Wayzata and Nick Stibble of the St. Cloud. As you get a look at the Trojan starting goalie tonight, Stephanie Garvis. This was a pretty even split between the goaltenders last year. Garvis had slightly less playing time. She did not start in game one, but here she is for game 2 of the season.
You can see here now they're trying out both. I think they'll probably go split time unless somebody steps up. But, you know, one of the goals that Wayzata do, they got to get that save percentage up above 90%. That's really hurt them.
On the other side, St. Cloud's goaltender has been in goal for 3 straight years as the starting tender now. And you look at Emily Musalevich, and she settles in where she's become very familiar. Headed to Concordia Moorhead after this season. Icebreakers going left to right, Trojans from right to left as we start play in our opening period. Puck won back to Addie Ackley as the defensive pairing changed up for Wayzata coming into tonight's game. Here a shot, and that one deflected behind the goal. 2 of their players, well, one's out injured because of something that happened in the state soccer tournament, and then another is off on some kind of school trip, so they were thinking she would be here today and is not. And so instead of Megan Marshall pairing up with Emily Wisniewski as you're starting the defense, instead it's Addie Ackley and Mackenzie Schindler. Puck brought into the offensive zone once again by Wayzata. And this is, at least in the first minute, looking a little too familiar for St. Cloud and what they had to face in their opening game of the season.
They had a tough night. They gave up 55 shots and just probably a little disorganized in the defensive zone. We'll see if they tighten that up, but the blessing is they got a really good goalie. But right now the Trojans are dominating in the offensive zone.
Wrister from Annika Swanson, one of the 4 captains for this Trojan team, gloved by Musalovic. She controls. Face-off coming to her glove side now.
Well, it's a good start for the Trojans. And the other thing I like that they do, John, is they're starting to throw the puck in the net. And, you know, when you're having trouble scoring, throw it at any angle. Any puck on the goal is a good shot.
Here's a shot and a pad save off that blast from the point. Comes back to Wisniewski. She loads up again. This shot ends up wide, bounces off the back wall, picked up on the backside. Centering pass put out in front, and it's cleared into the circle where it's pushed out to the far wall. Kept in the zone, though, thanks to Casey Johnson. The junior tried to send it into the corner. It's left back out to center ice. Wisniewski down to the near side, and it's tapped back into the offensive zone by the Trojans. But played on the far side, Swanson getting it deeper. Branton trying to get to it, help out. Those two fighting on the half wall with a pair of icebreakers.
St. Cloud just isn't moving their feet, John. They're just kind of standing around watching and letting Wayzata dominate in the offensive zone, and just they're positioned correctly for, you know, the stand to throw it up against the boards type thing.
Wisniewski skated in, gave it off to Johnson briefly. Now she gets it back, shovels it forward, comes down the slot, set right in front, and this one in the red basket of the tender. A little backhanded try by Casey Johnson. And a little bit lucky there for Musalovic that it came right to her.
It did. She kind of saw, it looks like she saw it all the way pretty much, though, too, right there. Anticipated what was going on. And that's a tough position for a shooter, too. There isn't a lot of room. You really got to shelf it. But
especially on the backhand.
Yeah. But she really got out and covered it well.
On the draw inside the Icebreakers zone, played to the blue line, and Hackley holds it in. Tries to play it forward where it's taken away by St. Cloud. Icebreakers get out of the zone. This is Chamernick trying to feed it towards the middle. It's taken away. Sent up the far side. Lucy Hansen controls. Hansen with those colors, it just feels right as she dumps it in, but they come in off sides.
I wonder if you have to check her glove for foil, huh? What do you think? Man. Well, so far, good start for the Trojans here. Hey, but I don't think the puck's gotten too far beyond the Wayzata blue line here at all, and they're stepping up to the plate here with the schedule they got coming up. The thing with the Trojans, too, you look at their record, but you look at the schedules they always play. They're always playing the top-rated teams in the state, so this is good preparation for them.
Sophie Urban putting it towards the net, tapped in, goal! Nicely done by Wayzata. And I believe that was Alexa Osell. It would be her second of the season. She scored the only goal for the Trojans in their 2-1 loss, and she gets right back on the board.
Well, good positioning, John. We were talking about get in front, get the dirty goals. If nothing else, tip it, grab a rebound. We'll watch how it comes out here. Nice forecheck here, gets it out front. And right there, Osell's just standing just a little high and jams it in as she's coming into the net. Nice play.
Osell and Urban getting the assist on the goal. I don't know if there'll be a second one on there. Wayzata going right back to work, get in tight. This one off the side of the net ends up on the back wall. Played down to the near side. Hackley holding it in.
Wayzata Trojans, number 6, Alexa Osell.
Left to the blue line, given back in deep as a change going on.
Sophie Urban, and number 16, Maddie McCollins.
They do give Maddie McCollins the second assist on that goal. For McCollins, her second assist of the season. Just under 14 minutes to go in our first period. And if you're going to have a home game away, we talked about the connection for Coach Christofferson as the Icebreakers get into the offensive zone and are checked off the puck immediately. Wayzata headed the other way again. But for our purposes, the sound system here is outstanding.
Yeah.
Some of the older rinks don't have speakers that you can understand what's going on, but it is crystal clear here inside the Coon Rapids Ice Center. It's just a beautiful facility all around when you walk in those front doors. Puck poured towards the net and moved away.
The seating here is excellent. It's tiered perfect. We're sitting in a perfect spot to do a television broadcast. It's really a nice rink here.
I know this is often used for section play. It doesn't look all that big, and it really fills up, but in terms of aesthetics, it's beautiful. This one sailed just over the crossbar on a backhanded try. For the Icebreakers, getting there is Bredigan. Lauren Bredigan trying to work it up the far side boards. Held in at the blue line for a moment. Now the Icebreakers do get it out. St. Cloud trying to play it forward, knocked away by Casey Johnson. She's been active early. Brought up once more. This is Swingle into the offensive zone. She'll dump and change. St. Cloud putting 5 new on the ice.
Nice play by the Icebreakers. If you can't pass it out, take it out. Let the D take it. It's the best breakout play in the world right there. But, boy, they're having trouble getting out.
Wisniewski lost it as she was bringing it up ice. Icebreakers dump it into the zone. Chased into the near side corner. Wayzata there in numbers, and then pokes out, and near shot for Taylor Holm. Doesn't stay on her stick, and is picked up behind the net by Greta Branton. Branton losing it for a moment. Wisniewski there to take control. One of the captains on this squad. Wisniewski pivots and goes to the far wall. Back down to the near side for Sloan Matthews. Down towards the near boards, looking for Adalin. Went past her and goes all the way to the backboards on the other side.
That was Wisniewski. She's got a scholarship offer to Clarkson University, defending national women's champions.
Puck played off the far boards. This is Dunk. And now into neutral ice where Sloan Matthews has it once again. Quite a few players between these two teams have offers, are looking at offers, trying to figure out where they want to go. A lot of talent on the ice tonight as this puck picked up by Cornelius. And a shot, this one whistles wide down into the near corner. Didn't quite make it on goal, but that was the best threat we've seen from St. Cloud so far tonight.
And this is their top line. It's got Cornelius and Rude on there. Their two top scorers, both with 36 points last year. And now they're starting to get some legs underneath them.
Puck played behind the net for St. Cloud. Chasing it down is Brooke Arvidsson.
Nice.
She sends it down to the near side for Cornelius. Cornelius handing it back, coming through neutral. Puck played into the offensive zone by Swingle. Down to the near side, backhanded by Schindler. Taken away, Icebreakers don't have it for long. Grabbed back by Greenshields. Down to the near side, McCollins. Maddie McCollins breaks the blue line on the near side boards. Tries to get to the middle. Knocked off the puck. Good defense that time. Coming back on it was Swingle. Puck to the blue line. Hackley loads up. Takes a shot that goes wide into the far corner. Cornelius tracking it down there. Tries to get it up to the blue line. Looking for help from Gabby Rude. Didn't quite get it there. Puck in the far corner. Fought for by Donnelly. Defender loses the puck. And here's a shot. Goes off a leg in front as Cornelius blocks that one down. Stopped on the half wall by McCollins. McCollins loads up. Pass slid over to the side for Hackley. It's a Wayzata team that has scored quickly in both of its games now. They scored 11 seconds in their first game of the season, right off the opening faceoff on a nice backdoor pass. Here, they have a 1-0 lead with 10 minutes to go in the first period, thanks to the score from Alexa Osell. She's got both of the team's goals this season. Puck brought up by the Icebreakers. Here's Milbauer. Leaves it behind the net, not there for long. Swanson sends it out on the far boards, and it's poked out cleanly. Nice job by Casey Johnson. She's into the offensive end. Johnson around the backside, now leaves it to Wisniewski. Tries to pass inside. That one deflected off a leg instead of getting to Adalin, who she was looking for. Battle in the corner, both teams jousting for it. Taken into the slot, tipped in front, and that one knocked aside. Like the way that was set up.
Nice play by the Trojans. Yeah, getting somebody in front to tip that and just sending a puck toward the net again. I also like the fact the Icebreakers are starting to get in the way of some of the pucks now and blocking some shots, which they weren't doing in the first 5 minutes here.
Here's centering pass right in front. Shot goal. The backhander for Wayzata. And Sarah Adalin makes it 2-0.
Well, there we go again. Crowd in the net. They get a nice forecheck. The Icebreakers with a turnover, and then Wayzata just took it right back in, down low with 3 of them standing in front. Sarah Dowland with the backhand coming in. But you'll see a nice crowd in front of Muslevich. The turnover there is threw right back out front. Oh, nice play. Picked it up quick, got the backhand up and shelved it. Look at this lift right now. Off the side on the top.
Beautifully done. The feed coming from Branton that time, the freshman getting the assist. We'll see if there's a second.
Yeah, you look at these rosters too, John. It's a real mix of old and young. I mean, they've got experience, but they got young talent that's playing right now on the 8th, 9th, and 10th grade levels on their teams.
Here, puck brought in by Fallon. Takes the shot, save made, rebound opportunity, goal! And Wayzata's back on the board. That Hansen that time?
One of the Hansen sisters got it, my gosh. Wow. Just charged the net, got in there, and got a stick on it, just lifted it over. Muslevich.
Sophomore scores 32 seconds after the, or excuse me, 22 seconds after the previous goal. and it is 3-0.
It was good. They took a shot, they got a puck on the goal, and she just rammed it in there, just going right for the net. Beautiful. They're just, with this lack of scoring that they've had, this is the formula to break that. And they've put 3 up now in the first period here.
And against a very talented goaltender, it's surprising to see this many go in this quickly.
Well, I'm wondering if she's recovered from the last shelling she got.
Assist came from number 24, Greta Brandt, and number 11, Casey Johnson.
All right,
With 9:10 remaining in the first period.
they're a goal behind, so the second assist on goal number 2 went to Casey Johnson. We'll wait for the official numbers on the third goal. It is 3-0 with 8:10 remaining in the opening period. Icebreakers in the offensive zone looking for something to answer back with.
It's got to be a shock to the system where they depend on their goalie like they did the other night, and all of a sudden some holes have appeared. But, they're letting the Trojans get in on her.
Came from number 18, Chloe Fowler.
That's big difference, and they're going to get a penalty here.
Hansen knocked off her skates. She just scored the goal, and now she draws a penalty against St. Cloud. There was only one assist on that Hansen goal, so again, it went to Chloe Fallon as you look at the check there.
Yeah,
So,
29.
That's Sophia.
O'Neill had 6 penalties in the last game.
Well, 6 penalty minutes, and they happened in the first 6 minutes of the game. So this is her 4th penalty of the season.
Think there's a little frustration going on there, huh?
Well, she looking at the timing of those penalties in that first game, she must have got one, and before the puck was touched up, she got a second one. Here, put down the slot, gets through the traffic to the keeper, but she knocks it away. And a second shot, save made, rebound cleared away by her Icebreaker teammates in front.
2 minutes for body.
Well, last year the Trojans were running at about a 20% mark on the power play, which is pretty good. You want to be at 25%, but it takes a while, especially this early in the season, to get your power play going. They don't practice on it a lot. They're just trying to get their breakout set up and a penalty kill, but we'll see what they can pull out of the hat.
Trojans went 0 for 2 in their first game on the power play. Here, just brute force attempted by the Trojans. Doesn't work out. Holding it down in the blue paint is Musulevich.
Oh, nice move to the net here, too. I just, what the heck. If they're going to give you a lane, take it, It's time to set up, and there's the time to go for it. And nice move here, holds it out, gets it back on her forehand, and just got in a little too close, but
I like it. McCollins with strength, and she had Osell right there to help her if there was a rebound.
Yeah.
Didn't end up being one. On the glove side draw, played back to the blue line, picked up there by Swanson. She sends it down to Matthews, trying to get a puck in deeper. Gets knocked away momentarily. She takes the shot, bounces off a teammate's knee as Adalin tried to get out of the way, but couldn't. Now in the far corner, this is Branton. Up to the blue line for Swanson once more. Branton moving inside, takes the shot. Goal! I think she whistled that in herself. I don't think anyone deflected it.
She sniped that.
Branton with the 4th goal of the night. It comes on the power play.
Well, you see the value of having a left-handed stick on the right-hand side of the rink where she got that, her blade is out more in the middle. We'll watch the pass come back there, and she'll move in. Nice play. She'll get her head up, and she just rips it. You can see where her stick is. It's actually more in the center of the ice than she is. Gets a good look here. Got her head up and just ripped it into the net.
Annika Swanson feeding her before she carried it into the circle for that low shot. Nicely done by Branton. And all we had was one game to base it off of, Dan, but coming in, you were like, where's this scoring going to come from if they weren't able to get much going in their first game of the season against Chaska Chanhassen?
Well, and what's really good about it, John, they're spreading the scoring out. It isn't just their top scorers. It's, a lot of people are getting involved.
Puck played by the Icebreakers behind the net. St. Cloud finds themselves in a 4-0 hole with 6.5 to go in the first period. Puck played down to the near side blue line. Now a bouncer to the middle. And that one taken away in the slot. Swinging around with it is Wisniewski behind the net. She's knocked off the puck. Icebreakers continuing some pressure. Poked towards the crease and then knocked away.
Well, this Cornelius line is the only line for St. Cloud that's really put any pressure on, but they just can't get it snapped off. Wayzata's playing good defense, not allowing them clearance in front of the net.
Sophie Heyer leaves it back, looking for Wisniewski.
Again, that was Branton from Adalin and Swanson. Power play goal for your Trojans.
So they gave an assist to Adalin on that play as well. So her 2nd assist of the game, a goal and an assist already for Branton in this one. But I think those are the only 2 players with 2 points tonight. Otherwise, you talked about it, spread out scoring.
Yeah. Got to be happy when your whole team's putting the puck in the net.
Puck played out across the blue line. So the Icebreakers back at neutral ice. Controlling for a moment is Lauren Cumming. Now she'll get it back on the near side. In her own zone. Icebreakers to neutral. Picked off by Hackley. Into the offensive end, she'll dump it ahead. Half the team changing. Icebreakers whiff as they try to get it out. So it's carried in by Wayzata deep. Knocked off the puck. Maddie McCollins then picks it up. McCollins for the Trojans. Gets into the slot. McCollins with space. Takes the shot and a save made. Muslovic got there as no one really stepped up to stop the player with the puck.
Not really.
You look at the St. Cloud coach, Nick Thibault. 3rd season, he's come in with back-to-back 18-win seasons. A 36-16-1 record coming into tonight's action. Done very well in his first couple of years with that program.
They started out with North Wright County, lost 2-0. They got Wayzata, and then they get a conference game right off the bat against Brainerd Little Falls. In deep contrast to the Lake Conference, which starts end of December, I think?
Yep.
Middle of December, yeah.
Yeah, it'll be December 16th when Wayzata plays the Edina Hornets. Puck played behind the net, and the Trojans will work it up ice. Shot knocked down on its way in. Icebreakers able to gain control, and they'll work it out to neutral ice. This Icebreaker team actually playing 4 of their first 5 at home. This is their only road game. And they got a couple miles shaved off the trip by having only to come to Coon Rapids, as this puck gloved and held on to. We'll get a face-off inside the Icebreakers zone. On the other side for the Trojans, this is their only home game in their first 4, and it's not really at home. Now, Jess is used to being here. Coach Christopherson, you see, been with the program in Coon Rapids on multiple occasions as a player and 5 years as a coach. But with the Trojans, she's 26-28-1 after coming over from Coon Rapids.
Yeah, and it's going to take a while for her plan and her system to get in, built into the youth program and stuff, but to build it. But it's coming. You can see some good things happening here for them now.
Puck brought up with some speed by Mathiasen. She puts it towards the goal, just covering up to be safe is Stephanie Garver. She wants to feel like she's playing in this game too.
Oh yeah, it's about time somebody gave her a puck. Jeez, the selfish people, my gosh. But that's critical for the Trojans. That's the one area where they really, really have to improve.
Icebreakers, a 4-school co-op, and it's one of those things that you'd never think would happen, that many high schools that had prominent hockey teams, maybe not great hockey teams, but they'd been around a long time, would close down just one. And I know I felt the same way about the Minneapolis schools as they went down one by one, and St. Paul as well, down one by one, until there's just one public team in each of those 2 major cities. Yep.
It's just the expense of it. It had a changing population, and things are changing in town.
Odlin passes it across. Here is shot. That one a little late. Having some trouble gaining clean control of it was Casey Johnson. Puck knocked off the goal knocked off its mooring. So we'll get that reset and come with a face-off here with 3:09 coming in the first period.
Yeah, but I think looking at the Trojans too, and it's so hard to say, see from the first game, but again, look, they're starting to make some changes here. They're looking at throwing the puck at the net to improve the scoring. Now, on the backside, the goaltending's got to get better, and if they can take that step, they're going to have a better season. Probably they can get over 500 if they can do that.
Puck sent down along the near side. Into the offensive zone comes Cornelius. Meeting her behind the net is Wisniewski. Centering pass picked up by Wayzata, and they'll take it out of their own end. Ashley Greenshields on the near side. Breaks the blue line. Moves towards the middle. Greenshields feeds it ahead, and that one tipped away from Hansen, who's looking for her second of the night. Puck played into the far corner. Both teams battling as it swung down to the near side. Icebreakers pick it up, play it out to neutral ice. They have control. And moving up with it is Gabby Rude. Gave it off to Cornelius, tried to get it back to Rude, didn't work out. Hansen has it off the half wall. She'll feed it forward.
St. Cloud, there's a good takeaway. They got to cause some turnovers and get a shot.
Mathiasen never got anything away. Osell comes in to support. She's knocked down to the ice. No arms in the air. We skate on. Just one penalty so far in this game. 2 minutes left in the first period. Wayzata gains control. They're up 4-0. Green Shields battling and controls against two icebreakers to get it out ahead. Puck bounces around higher. She regains control. Now knocked back to Hackley. She'll dump it into the offensive end. Musolovic holds it behind the net. Puck played down to the near side boards. Icebreakers trying to get it out. Getting in the way instead was Anna Laugen. Puck shot towards the goal. Deflect along the way for Hackley. Never made it to the netminder. Icebreakers behind. Feed it ahead. Player knocked down to the ice.
Yeah, it's going to get ugly.
That one was pretty clear to watch as Sophie Heyer was knocked down. And the player going to the penalty box. Was that Swingle or was that Brett again?
It's Swingle. Just a little bit too much on there from behind. I don't think they're going to get her with a hit from behind. Just a cross check. Boy, that's always dangerous, though. Well, I'll tell you. Yeah, and, you know, the Icebreakers, you know, they need to start reversing the puck in the zone, too. I mean, the forecheck is on there, and quit trying to jam it up the same boards all the time. Take it back around and start on the other side. And people got to start moving their feet there, too. But now let's see if they can kill this penalty. They had a pretty good penalty last year. Penalty kill last year, 86%.
Wisniewski recovers after some troubles, tries to take a shot. That one knocked down in front. Icebreakers able to clear out. Could have been a feed forward, and trying to slow it down for herself was Cornelius. Cornelius, who I believe is going to St. Cloud State next season. Senior is battling for the puck along the near side boards. Schindler got it away, now passed off to McCollins. 30 seconds left in the period and 1:20 left on the power play as an offsides is called against the Trojans. Trojans, after tonight, will play on Saturday at Benilde-St. Margaret. That'll be their first section contest.
Yeah. I think they beat them in section's first game last year. Took down there.
Both these teams falling in their second section game a year ago. Puck brought in cleanly, now passed across. Sloan Matthews' feed didn't end up with anyone on the far boards collected by the Trojans. Here handed to Branton. Branton back over to Matthews, 10 seconds left in the period. Matthews to the top, here a shot, the wrister goes wide. Hackley battling for it inside, St. Cloud as well there, and they get control. Brooke Arvidsson feeding it forward as the period comes to a close. Still 49 seconds left in the power play for the Trojans to work with in the second, but what a first, 4-0 the lead, Dan.
Well, Trojans probably a little unexpected, but very happy. You got spread out scoring, they got a lot of scoring, throwing pucks at the net. St. Cloud's got to regroup. They got to get the defense activated. They got to start holding the blue line just to generate some offense. And they need to start getting shots on net. I mean, so they're walking it in, but Wayzata's doing a great job of closing down that front and not letting him get a good shot. So they're going to have to make some changes there.
Right now, we'll take a break. When we come back, we'll get you set for the start of the second period and see if the Icebreakers can level this ice out, because it's been tilted Trojans' way. They're up 4-0.
Most of my family, they never graduated high school or even let alone go to college, so I'm trying to break that barrier. Every day after work, went straight to school, studied hard, and it paid off. I could not have done it alone. I see the future is really bright for me. The high school diploma is just added to the confidence, and now I feel unstoppable.
Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org.
Welcome back to the Coon Rapids Ice Center, and when you're here, you never know who you're going to run into, do you, Dan?
Yeah, ran into an old Asio buddy. The athletic director that hired me as the girls hockey coach there. His daughter's playing for St. Cloud. He's a district superintendent. principals, Adam Holm.
Yeah,
great guy.
We've already seen the 8th grader Taylor Holm on the ice here tonight for St. Cloud. Unfortunately for the St. Cloud fans, this has been a lopsided affair through one period. Let's jump into the highlights as Wayzata didn't waste any time getting on the board. Just a couple of minutes in, you get a streaking play. It's left to the front, and it's finished off. Nicely done there by Alexa Osell off the Sophie Urban feed. And good feeds were a constant theme of this. Really good passing throughout the course of the opening period. Here's our second opportunity, and with 9:10 left in the period, it's tipped up and in. Nicely done with the lift that time from Sarah Adalin.
You know, we're seeing here the game plan Wayzata is doing. It's really good. They're getting to the net. They're moving the puck in front. They're getting more than one bodies. They're just charging the net all the time and scraping up anything open they can get.
Clean-up goal there by the sophomore Lucy Hansen, who scores on the rebound. And then this one walked in on the power play. Little wrister finds the near side post, and with that, a score for Greta Branton made it 4-0 in favor of the Trojans. And as you would expect from that first period score, all the numbers favoring Wayzata.
Not even close, especially at scoring chances. You know, to have 2 shots on goal, you ain't generating very much. One was a simple pickup, the other one just glanced off the stick real quick. But St. Cloud, they got to start getting pucks in the net. They got to start rolling. That first line's got to pick it up and get them going. That's where the energy's going to come. They've left too much in that goalie.
Yeah, they haven't really had much as St. Cloud success in terms of sustaining presence in the offensive zone or really getting scores on breakouts, which is what you hope to if you can't get up there. They have not had any kind of success that would lead to scoring yet, but 2 more periods to play, and we'll take a quick pause, and ice is just about resurfaced, so when we return, we'll get to the start of the second between the Icebreakers and Trojans here on CCX Media.
They said a bottle was just a bottle. That no one would ever notice me. But I knew I could be more. That one day, I would make people smile.
Welcome back to Cardinal Country. Home away from home tonight for the Wayzata Trojans. St. Cloud Icebreakers, their opponents. John Haddon, Dan Ficken back with you as the Trojans lead 4-0. And we've mentioned repeatedly that the Trojans are without their home rink tonight, and that's because of the National Sled Hockey Tournament that is being played over at the Plymouth Ice Center. And so that is why we're here tonight. St. Cloud Icebreakers really struggle to get much going in that first period of play. In the second, we'll see if they can pick it up against the Trojans. We'll also see if there's ever a change. Musalovic has been a steadfast goaltender for this Icebreakers squad throughout the years. As a freshman, she rotated in, played about a third of the time. Then sophomore and junior, she was the #1 starter, barely ever coming out. This year, she started the first game, stopped 53 shots in a losing effort. But tonight, a really rough first period. She never got pulled in that first period. At least I didn't see it happen. No. So we'll see if a change does come at some point tonight.
Nope, she's going right back in there.
So they're sticking with their #1 even after what had been an off night, although I think we could both see that it's not all on the goaltender.
Well, let's see, 18 shots on goal in one period. You know, she's looking at another 50-shot night right now.
I think for her sake, we were both hoping the first game was an aberration and something was wrong that night, but she might be seeing this consistently, and she's going to make a lot of saves, but you can only make so many. Here, puck controlled by Wayzata as we start the second period. Left to right, they come in their white sweaters. Trojans circling behind the net. Remember, they're starting on the power play. 49 seconds of power play. It's down to 30 as they work it in the near side corner. McCollin steps up, takes a shot, makes it into the goalkeeper, but she stops it in the crease. Save made, stops the clock with 23 seconds left on the power play.
Pretty setup there. They got a nice screen going. McCollin's had her head up. She could see the screen coming, but Masilovic was right there. She had it spotted. She was down already and then got it taken care of.
Looks similar to the way Branton scored on the power play, so something they're running with the skater advantage. Puck played in the near side corner by Maddie McCollins. Hands it off to Urban. Urban, one of the top scorers on this squad a year ago, hasn't really been a huge factor tonight in the scoring, except for that assist on the first goal when she fed it from behind the net. Icebreakers take control as they get their fifth skater on the ice. Wayzata does maintain control, though. Wisniewski back into the offensive zone. Puck given to McCollins. She sends it towards the net, swatted away by Masilovic. Now puck right back towards her. She stops and covers up. Face-off coming in front of the Icebreakers goaltender.
Well, Wayzata's being good, cool, too, and they're running people in front of Masilovic a lot, even from wide-angle shots. The defense on the St. Cloud, they've got to start cleaning out and not letting the Trojans go in there. And if it means getting physical, they need to get physical. Now, girls, there isn't any physical contact, right? But in front of that net, the refs tend to let things go, to let the defense take charge in front. They've got to get tougher in front there. Stop letting Wayzata run through them.
Here, backhander goes through the crease all the way to the far wall. Wayzata poking at it to keep it in that area. And Branton sends it in behind the net. Trojans still on the attack. Trying to pass it off the back wall. Doesn't work out. Now we've got a scrum going. Wayzata pries it free. Trojans send it up to Swanson. Swanson swings it down behind the net. On the run, Branton picks it up. Branton into the far corner. Being ridden from behind.
Nice job. Perfect. That's what that D's got to start doing. Do a little rubbing. Don't let them run around like crazy in the zone.
Bounce back out to the blue line. Held in by Hackley. Sent behind the net. Sloan Matthews gets there first. Matthews knocked away by the Icebreakers. Icebreakers out to the far side. Lauren Cumming has it. She'll play it up the far boards. Pass was intended for Taylor Holm, but got past her and went all the way to the other end. Picked up back in their own end by the Trojans. Annika Swanson has it. Looking to feed it ahead. That one intercepted. Mathiasen has it. She'll send it in the offensive zone. Stopped easily by Garvis, and she hands off. Wayzata with Swanson trying to flip it ahead. Got knocked down. Now it's picked up on the move. Sophie Urban into the offensive end. Takes a quick shot. Check that. That was Greta Bratton. Bratton's shot ends up in the near side corner.
On that last play, John, you watched the St. Cloud D was holding that blue line. They weren't giving up because Wayzata was coming out. And they got a jam. It snuck by them, but they're covering each other. They're going to have to do that.
St. Cloud sending it ahead. They get it to Donk. Donk losing control in neutral ice. Now scooped up by Sophia O'Neill. The senior defender plays it down to the near side. Intended for Donk again. Got away from her. This is Wisniewski. Wisniewski playing it forward. Donnelly got a hold of it. Puck bounced around. Donk after it again. Bounced into the offensive zone for the Icebreakers. They give chase, but the first player to grab control is Casey John. Excuse me. Well, that's Wisniewski. Emily Wisniewski has control. Her teammates toe drag at the blue line as she breaks over. Gets all the way to the net. Shot. This one just misses. The tender didn't know where it was, but it did not go in. Held in by Swanson at the blue line. Nice stop. Looking for a deflection in front. She didn't get it from Laugen. Played out to the far side and moved into neutral ice thanks to Brooke Ardvinson. She plays it down to the near side. Scooped up on the move by the Icebreakers, Gabby Rude. Rude looking for support. Didn't quite get enough as Greenshields knocks it away. Icebreakers with Swingle back on their own end. She slides it forward along the near side. Icing is waved off behind the net. Swanson gets there first. Annika Swanson has it knocked away. Centering pass, leaves it in the slot, and the Trojans gain control.
Boy, you could just see the difference in defense being played there with Wayzata. I mean, you get in front of their net, you're going to have somebody on you right now. They had no free choice, and they just can't get a decent shot off St. Cloud.
Puck into the offensive zone for Hackley. Addie Hackley onto the back wall, allowing her teams to change up. Icebreakers gain control of the puck. Good forecheck there from Hansen. Lucy Hansen keeps it alive now out to the blue line. Wisniewski slides it over to Hackley. She winds up, takes a shot, deflected in front. It's still loose, but a whistle comes. That one stopped, but it was not controlled by Masilovic. And Wayzata hasn't scored quite as quickly here in the second period, but they are still generating opportunities.
And the future Clarkson player, Wisniewski coming up. What a nice play. Look at the toe drag, got it through and just puts it up there, drives it down. And Masilovic lost it, and again, she lost it here. But the other thing, too, there, John, look at how many white jerseys are right in front of her.
A pack of wolves down there waiting. Here, puck Slides into the near side corner. Unable to get it out clean was Johnson. So the Icebreakers holding the zone for the moment. Now behind the net. Mackenzie Schindler picks it up, the junior defender. Trying to fight off some pressure. Her pass up ice, held in at the blue line by O'Neill. Bouncing puck, Schindler gains control and able to find Sophie Heyer. On the attack, Heyer stops from the circle, tries to center, knocked away by the Icebreakers. They'll play it down to the near side for Bredigan. Back out to the far side. Hackley chases it down in her own net. Sends it down to the near side. Swanson behind the net, little D-to-D pass, and now it's played up the far boards. Scooped up by Heyer. She can't get it out of the zone clearly. Now it's carried out by Hackley. Hackley breaks the blue line, has Osell with her, takes the shot. Big rebound, Osell can't get there for a clean shot, but she does gain control and take it behind the net. Out to the far boards, Mathiasen in the corner. Knocked off by Osell. Osell clean control, hands it to Hansen. Excuse me, Urban. Sophia Urban towards the middle, and this shot not as strong as Maddie McCollins would have liked. It goes into the near corner. Osell hands it off. Right up against the goaltender. No room there for McCollins, so she circles around. McCollins to Urban. Sophie Urban able to ditch the two defenders, gets into the middle, leaves a pass off for McCollins, whiffs on the shot, second opportunity, bounces off the side of the goal. Back behind the net, Mathiasen trying to gain control. Left out in front, fluttering puck clears the crossbar and ends up on the backboards. Icebreakers finally move it out to the far side, trying to get it up ice. Osell holds it in, turning into a long shift for both sides.
The Icebreakers are going to get tired here. They're going to have to start pinning the Wayzata Trojans into the boards just to stop the play and slow them down a little bit. Now here's a good reverse. This is a good play right here.
They can come and get it out of the zone. Tries to work it ahead. Gets some help from Doc, and it does move out to neutral ice. McCollins sends it right back in with a pass ahead to Adolin. Adolin knocked off the puck. This one held in. Branton paws it down to the ice. So here a shot deflected, goes just wide off the stick of Matthews. Wayzata setting it up again. The Trojans have made some changes since I last mentioned it. St. Cloud hasn't had that same opportunity. Puck sent towards the boards, or towards the goal, and ends up on the backboards. Same story. Towards the middle, Icebreakers trying to clear it out. Icebreakers are tired, but Wayzata sure is working hard to keep this going. Now a puck towards the middle, rebound opportunity. This one stopped up, most of it stepping up here in the second period. 9:39 to go in the second.
Icebreakers got to ice this thing.
They do get it out of the zone. It'll head to the other end, and
no ice. Apparently the Wayzata D touched it.
So a much needed change for the Icebreakers, and Wayzata has to bring it up. Getting in the way of that is Cornelius. Now in neutral ice, it's grabbed by Rude. Rude handing it back, now puck down to the near side. Getting a hold of it is Arvidsson. She sends it forward, looking for Rude to help out. Back to Arvidsson. Wayzata gets control of it. Now we've got a whistle and a penalty coming on a hooking call.
Looks like the Icebreakers are going to get a power play here.
First penalty of the day against the Trojans. And with the hook, it's Sloan Matthews.
Well, a little extra pressure there. Finally, St. Cloud had their feet going here, moving around, and just got yanked on as she was coming around. Brooke Arvidsson did a nice job there, just trying to put pressure, and resulted in getting a power play set up for them. And boy, last year, I'll tell you, they were miserable. They were 10% on the power play. So this could be a good opportunity. They could get something rolling here.
Icebreakers in their opening game of the season went 0 for 4 on the power play. For both these squads, there were no power play goals in their first games for either side. Icebreakers bring it out to the far side. Gabby Rude with control, hands it off. Cornelius leaves it back, shot from the D, and that one lifted from the blue line, makes it all the way to the goaltender, but able to make the save is Stephanie Garvis.
Boy, good clearing out in front, too. I tell you, there's only one Icebreaker down there and three Trojans right by. A little bit of a weave situation, but this shot takes off, and they don't have anybody in front of the net except for, who's that, number 17? Brooke Arvidsson again, yeah.
On the draw to the glove side of Garvis. One back by the Trojans, and they'll send it to the other end of the ice. Stopped up by the tender.
Oh, boy.
Icebreakers trying to move it up. This is Swingle, and she'll just circle around behind her own net for the second time. And it looked like token pressure from Fallon, but it's scaring Swindle. Now the puck taken away by the Trojans at neutral ice. Osell leaves it back, gets it back, and hooks it into neutral ice. She'll poke it ahead. This given to Cornelius. She sends it into the offensive zone, but not much there. Osell gets to it, controls, and clears it out to neutral, where it's knocked down by the Icebreakers.
But the Trojans really showing how strong they are too, John. With one-on-one physically, Trojans are winning about 9 out of 10 battles.
Puck controlled along the near side by the Icebreakers. They have it in the offensive end. This shot knocked down by a Trojan in front, cleared back to the blue line. Thinking about another try. This one ends up wide down into the near side corner. Swanson gets to it first, hands it ahead, and Chloe Fallon has an opportunity shorthanded to get into the offensive zone. Passes it off, and now she was stuck in kind of an offside situation, so nobody knew what to do with the puck. 23 seconds left on the power play.
Good move here, but look at the physicality here. Just Cornelius just didn't have a chance. Good body position by number 5, Addie Hackley, and she just did a great job. She basically took the 2 Icebreakers out on that play.
Face off just outside the St. Cloud zone. Won by the Trojans, and Dallin gets it into the offensive end. 15 seconds left on the power play as the Icebreakers gain control and move it up the far boards. And they'll dump it into the zone. Nearly had a good, clean control opportunity for Cornelius, but the pass a little bit strong. Now puck towards the slot, cleared away and chopped out of there by Sarah Adalin.
Trojans full strength.
Trojans get their 5th skater back, and they're out on the attack. Coming in hot. Here is shot. Rebound. No one could get to it. Greta Branton put it right into the pads just like she wanted to, but the cleanup on the other side never came.
Beautiful setup that time. I love that bounce off the boards type pass, and it was played perfectly, but I got to commend Sophie O'Neill for the Icebreakers. Nice play holding that Trojan that was free on the wing side. Without being able to get on the puck, she got physical with her.
Branton into the circle, feeds Matthews. Now a centering pass, knocked away, picked up in the slot, shot that one high, knocked down by the shoulder of Musolovic, and this one played out to the far side wall. Held in, spinning around. Branton tries to play it in deep. Has Matthews behind the net. Icebreakers get there first. Back to the blue line. Hackley shuts it down. Her wrister was going to sky over the crossbar, but playing center field, Musolovic reaches up and grabs that one.
Well, the Trojans are really feeling a beautiful outlet pass here. Now watch this. Nice 2-on-1 setup. And good charge by number 32 of the Trojans coming down there. Sloan Matthews, but boy, she's taking, look at Sophie getting physical in front. That's what the Icebreakers need. She made a nice play on that 2-on-1, and she did another one there.
Wayzata wins the draw on the offensive end. They'll put a quick wrister on. This one moved aside by the goaltender. And the Icebreakers able to pick it up. They'll work out of the zone. Bounce it ahead, looking for Gabby Rude. Knocked away by the Trojans momentarily. Back towards Rude. It goes into the Trojans' end. Battle at the half wall, far side. 2 contestants each side going for that puck. It squirts out. The closest player an Icebreaker, but she doesn't have a stick. That's Cornelius. A little empty-handed there. Puck played down to the near side corner. Picked up cleanly by the Trojans. This is Annika Swanson. Excuse me, that was Hackley fitting it forward, taken on the move by Greenshields. Greenshields breaks the blue line, has some support with Fallon with her. Fallon picks it up in the corner. Looked for a centering pass, but knocked down from behind. Nicely done. I think that was Courtney Donnelly that time, the senior on defense, shutting her down. 5:10 to go in this second period, and while the score hasn't changed, Wayzata is still firmly in control, up 4-0. It has been a more competitive period. We have had no goals. And part of that is St. Cloud playing in the Wayzata end from time to time.
They're getting more physical. They're starting to knock them down. They're matching the physicality of Wayzata. Now, they needed to do that. They're shutting things down. Wayzata's still getting chances, but not as frequent and not as in tight with so many people.
Cornelius skates in, takes on all the defenders, and is knocked down. Her shot's shut down by Mackenzie Schindler. Puck along the near side for Jordan Swingle. Battle for control. And it's wristed into the offensive end. This puck played out to the far side. Into neutral ice, and St. Cloud is actually starting to pick it up speed-wise as well. Nicely done as this puck played down to the near side. Now a race for the puck. Who's got the speed here? Sophia O'Neill goes to the goal to cut off the angle. Wraparound try and a save made. There's the whistle. Still 4-0 as that attempt by Casey Johnson shut down by Muslovich.
Well, she got a little giddy up, doesn't she, Casey Johnson? Man, she just turned the burners down for about the red line. Look at her coming around here. Just a great attempt at a stuff, and nice play, but look at her come around. Boy, she got some legs for a little choo-choo like a go.
Junior coming up empty, though. She has 1 assist in this game. Puck left out to the blue line. Swanson sends it in deep again. Behind the net, both teams battling. Poked out to the far side corner, Hansen. Hansen into the circle, puts it towards the middle, knocked down by a skate. Control gain, shot on, and a blocker save made. Higher attempting that one. At least the blocker was reached out. You might be right on the pipe.
I think I heard a clang.
3:35 to go. Here a hard check and a player leveled as Casey Johnson will get a break from this one.
Well, not only has got speed, she doesn't have a hard time mucking it up a little bit. That was just a classic check, but unfortunately, you can't do that in girls hockey, but we'll get a good look at it. Bang. Ooh.
You think she's got brothers?
I think she does.
Plays like it.
She knows she can get physical with them, but she can run fast when she has to. Okay, well, second power play for St. Cloud here. Let's see if they can get something generated here. They're playing better this period, John. I think they've done some things better. Defensively, they shut down pretty good, and they're starting to win some battles physically. They've had some time inside the Wayzata net, but they haven't been able to get a shot on net.
Draw one by the Trojans. They are able to get it to the blue line, but not out. Nicely shut down by the Icebreakers, so they hold the zone. Icebreakers into the far corner with Gabby Rude controlling. Rude leaves it back. Back to Rude. Puts it towards the net. Stop, centering pass, shot, blocker save. Ooh, a bouncing puck, and Garvis sees it at the last second to punch it away. This time, pad save as it's kicked to the near side boards. 90 seconds to go in the power play for the Icebreakers, who have already had 2 pretty quality shots on. Puck play to the far side boards. Leave it back to the blue line. This is O'Neill. O'Neill off to Rude, tries to ditch her defender with a spin move, now hands it off in the circle. Cornelius takes the shot, that one shut down and cleared away. Garvis stops it, her teammates clear to the other end.
Well played, Icebreakers. Nice power play. They're working really well right now.
Icebreakers coming in off sides. Now the Trojans were still changing on the far side, so the Icebreakers were trying to take advantage, and they were just a hair too quick.
Nice play right there. Comes back out. Another scoop up with a blocker save there. Got 2 shots right there, John. Then Cornelius makes a beautiful move coming around and really gets a hard shot. But was met by Stephanie Garvis.
Face-off won by the Icebreakers with just over a minute to go in the power play. They're trying to cut into a 4-0 lead. Here comes St. Cloud into the offensive end. Spinning around with control is Milbauer. Milbauer hands it back to the blue line. Now a puck sent in deep, scooped up by Swanson. Annika Swanson got it to the blue line, but no further. From there, Bredigan hands it back. Milbauer behind the net. Hackley giving her some trouble. Support comes from Branton of the Trojans, 2 each side. A third comes over for the Icebreakers, and they gain control. Here's a shot. That one, the keeper didn't see it. The save made. She makes the second attempt. Garvis was a hair late on that, but she recovered just in time. You can tell it's the early game of the season. I'm still in soccer mode. Keeper keeps coming out of my mouth instead of goalie.
That's okay.
10 seconds left in this power play. Icebreakers get another shot away. That ends up in the near side corner. 5 seconds left as it's moved to neutral ice. So that'll wrap up the chance for the Icebreakers. Now 0 for 2 on the power play. On the other side, Wayzata 1 for 2 in this game.
Well, if I'm the coach of the Icebreakers, I'm happy right now. That was a darn good power play. They got some shots on that. It's got to energize their kids a little bit. Now, they've been skating better. Let's see if they can take it to another level right now with a minute left.
Icebreakers give it down to Cornelius. We've had a couple of penalties this period, but man, has it flown by. Not a lot of whistles overall. 1 minute to go in the second.
1 minute remaining in the second.
Puck brought in deep, a shot. That one bounces up and away. Nice take by the Icebreakers.
Well, it's good to see Garvis hasn't frozen back there in net for for Wayzata there. She had almost nothing in the first period, and all of a sudden she's been very busy.
Which is good news for her, and it's good news for the Icebreakers,
yes.
because as we've talked about, this second period has been much different than the first.
Yeah. Yeah, I haven't scored a goal. I'm down 4-0 as an Icebreakers coach, but I'm okay with what's happened. They've changed their game. They didn't put their dauber down. They're fighting back. So they're getting something out of this game against, a team they don't normally play that plays in an excellent conference. So bonus for them.
40 seconds to go as the Trojans win the draw in their own end. Puck moved out to neutral ice. Here's McCollins, breaks the blue line, has help. McCollins slides it across, and this pass never got to Sophie Urban. She was a little tied up. Hackley at the blue line, sends it towards the net, knocked down along the way. Osell got in the way of it, trying to deflect, but it didn't help out. Puck gathered and left back to Swanson. She sends it towards the net, deflected in front, goal!
It's in.
Osell with her second on the night on the feed from Swanson, her second assist of this game.
Beautiful, beautiful tip there. Got it right in between right under the right arm and shoulder there of
I can't wait to see this again because I saw the tip clearly and it looked like it went through the sweater because I thought maybe the arm had shut it down, but you saw it get in the back.
There it is.
Tip, right through.
Just brings it right up and through a little bit. Oh, here's a good angle. Look at that.
Yeah, you see the jersey flutter just a bit, but it caught her along the waist area and
that's how you tip a puck. By God, nice goal.
Looks like it's going to be our only goal of the second period. We're through 2, and the Trojans have extended their lead to 5-0.
But better period for the Icebreakers, a little break there. Just a great goal. Sometimes great goals happen, no matter how good your goalie was. She couldn't do much about it. It was a nice setup, good shot. But the Icebreakers, this still was a win period for them, okay? And they made some nice changes. Now we'll see what Wayzata comes back with now, understanding that there's a game on.
Osell got the goal. Swanson with an assist. The other one went to Maddie McCollins on the 5th score of the night. All have gone to the Wayzata Trojans right now. We're going to step aside, and when we come back, we'll go over that second period. What was that's put the Trojans up 5-0.
I adopted Bento in 2010 from a shelter. As it turns out, we have very similar personalities. And this cat makes me make art because he's always motivating me to take pictures of him, to draw pictures of him. He just is motivating artistically. It's just that simple. Well, he's my best friend, but a lot of people know him as Keyboard Cat.
Trojans 5-0. Their advantage after 2 periods of play. It looked like the Icebreakers were evening this game out. They were holding on, and then late in the second, things went a little bit different. The physicality of the Icebreakers really shined, but that didn't stop the Trojans from having some quality scoring chances along the way. This one shut down as Muslovic really stepped up her game after a very rough first period. She got to stay in. Here got the quick whistle. A little bit lucky that time, but she did make the initial stop. Icebreakers created some opportunities. That was the other big difference. Remember, just 2 shots on goal, and neither were all that threatening in the first period. In the second, they stepped up their game. Here, though, the tip-in score coming from Alexa Osell, her second goal of the game off of the shot from the blue line by Annika Swanson. An assist on the way as well for Maddie McCollins, and with that, you've got a 5-0 lead for the Trojans through 2 shots on goal. Still lopsided. Scoring chances still lopsided. Penalties even, but the Trojans the only ones that have taken advantage of having an extra skater on the ice. Scoreboard rates 5-0 in favor of Wayzata. The Icebreakers and Trojans play the final period when we come back here on CCX Media.
I see you mobbing over her. Let's go. Let's mob. Let's crawl. let's crawl. Let's crawl. Hey, yo, we mobbing. Come on, girl. Let's crawl. Hey, yo, let's crawl. Hey, yo, let's crawl. Hey, let's crawl. Hey, yo, let's crawl.
5 on the board for the Trojans, 2 from that young lady. Alexa Osell has a pair tonight.
She's really starting out well this season, by gosh. She's scored in every game, got 3 goals so far in 2 games. That's not a bad little scoring pace.
The big difference tonight, she's got help. 3 other goal scorers in this game. And some strong play from Garvis when called upon, which she certainly was more in that second period than the first. Icebreakers have stepped up their game. Can they raise it even more to try and make this a competitive third and therefore maybe even a competitive game in the final 17 minutes?
Takes a few breaks, and you got to keep firing the puck now. It was a 4-0 first period for them, a 1-0 second period for them. All right, now they're learning how to get the shots on the net. We'll see if they can test Garvin a few times and see what happens. A couple goals here really change this game really fast.
Again, this co-op for the Icebreakers, as you look at them there, St. Cloud Apollo, St. Cloud Tech, St. Cloud Cathedral, and Holdingford. And I know the last time that Wayzata played a St. Cloud team, it was a 3-1 victory in 2007, and it was just Tech at that point. So go all the way back to then, it wasn't the whole Icebreakers squad. But shortly thereafter, they joined the Icebreakers, and they've been 4 schools strong for a long time now. That also goes to show how often these two teams face each other. This is a rarity, but a great non-conference matchup to start the season. Brings it in quickly as the Trojans looking to strike first, unable to get anything going there.
Well, Wayzata with a smaller conference and later conference play can schedule a lot more non-conference games, and sometimes they're hard to find. And I don't think St. Cloud was a bad pick, though. They've been an 18-win team for the past 2 years. I mean, you know, you never know what you're going to get the next season, but I think it was a good idea.
Well, they brought back their #1 goalie. They brought back their top 2 scorers. We definitely expected a tighter matchup here tonight, but scoring has been a big trouble spot for these Icebreakers here in 2017's early stages. Icebreakers send it in behind the net. Here's a centering pass trying to go on that short side. No room there. Pads the post that time for Stephanie Garvis. Trying to walk it in again. Not there. Puck bounced off the far side wall. Sophia O'Neill trying to hold it in, get some support from behind. Helping out is Brooke Arvidsson. Cornelius in the area as well.
Gabby Rude's in there, but really, she's got very nice hands, boy, I tell you. She moved the puck really well and generated a good opportunity. Looks like it got tipped. That should have been an icing.
Icebreakers passing it over to O'Neill. In behind her own net, O'Neill getting ridden a little bit there by Sophia Heyer. Sophie getting towards it again. Ends up with Hansen. Lucy Hansen out to the blue line. In the top of the slot, Brister from Swanson makes it all the way in, and it's held on to by Muslovich.
One thing that Wayzata's done exceptionally well in this game, when they get the attacks on, the puck moves around a lot. They move it up, they move it down, below. Done a nice job. But I noticed this time around, St. Cloud is getting a lot tougher in front of that net. The Trojans are having a red jersey draped over them when they get in front of that net, and you saw how Muslovich could see the puck as it came into her.
Here, puck moved aside down into the near corner. Battle continues. Not a lot developing. Now it squirts out behind the net. I'll push it right back into that corner. And Icebreakers D-to-D pass trying to move it up.
There we go.
Now out of the zone. Down to the near side, but not a lot of room. Hackley. Good job defensively there. Allows Casey Johnson to scoop it up. Gets it out to neutral ice. Stop there. Icebreakers play it back in. But they're mostly changing. Here's Lucy Hansen from neutral, dumping it, and she'll change. Not a lot of action on that shift for either side. Sophie Urban in the far side corner. Pried out of there by McCollins. She'll send it towards the net. Deflected by Osell. Goes wide. She's looking for the hat trick. Puck played along the near side. Donk has it into neutral ice. Taken away by Wisniewski. In over the blue line, Sophie Urban. Pokes at the puck, trying to get it towards the goal. It's knocked to the near side.
Well, Sophie Urban, the top leading scorer coming back for the Trojans last year, and I'll tell you what, they haven't called her name very much. All of a sudden, she stepped up. I wonder if somebody had a little chat with her in the locker room in between periods.
Osell scooping it up. This puck out towards the blue line, but it split the two defenders back. And now Schindler has to give chase. Yeah, Urban, McCollins, Wisniewski, and Marshall, Megan Marshall, who's not here tonight. Some kind of other school activity that she was involved in took precedence for the evening. Puck played behind the net. A positive one. She's not in detention or something like that.
No. I know a lot of times the music department will have their concerts.
I think it was something with yearbook, but it seems a little early for it to be crunch time for the yearbook staff. Here, puck
there we go. Oh,
and that one shut down by Garvis. Great job of sliding across to get there.
Cornelius had her dead to rights. What a great sliding save coming across. Man, oh man. Watch this play. Good play by St. Cloud. Really crowded the net and got it across.
She gets that pad out with some speed.
Good 24 Rude here made a great play. That was just, she worked that hard and got a stop. But boy, nice save. Man.
Garvis, you know, I said she slid over, but she really didn't. She mostly just stuck the leg out to make that pad take up the space. Really well done, as we'll get a face-off coming near center ice.
Well, that's encouraging for the Trojans. You know, I think both ladies know they're kind of being tested every time they get out there. And I don't know if it's good to have an established starting goalie or two that, you know, are pretty evenly played to really force themselves to play better. And we'll see how it works out for the Trojans this year.
I think it depends on the competitive drive of those goaltenders, because if they're super competitive, they're only going to make each other better. If they're both a little more passive, then they'll settle for the fact that they're in a rotation and they get to play every other game. Now, Garvis, about 90 minutes less during the regular season than her teammate Boswell Healy, who got the start in game one this year. And the splits haven't always been one game, one game. It's sometimes been in the middle of games. It's been a variety, but here to start the season, Boswell Healy got the start in game number one. And so far, Garvis has been in net the entire time in game number two, and she's done well after a very quiet first period where it was hard to give her too much credit. She didn't do a lot, but in the second and third, she stepped up.
Well, Boswell Healy, I think she faced like 17 shots and gave up 2 goals, and
that's a rough percentage.
Yeah.
Here, wrister towards the goal, scooped up and held on to by Garvis.
Yeah, but a lot of times, John, it's not necessarily the amount of shots you take, it's the quality of shots you take and the type of save you make. I mean, that save on Cornelius, that was big league.
Yes.
That was, I want this position type save.
Well, there's a good chance, I mean, with 12 minutes left, that Garvis is going to face roughly the same number of shots that Boswell Healy did in the first game of the season. Puck poked towards the net. That one sticked aside as Donnelly's attempt easily moved away by Garvis. This is Wisniewski behind the net. Plays it up the far side, boards to Greenshields. They can't get it out of the zone, but Wayzata controls once again. D-to-D pass to Wisniewski in the near side corner. She skates around one defender, tried to get it out, held in. Icebreakers coming up, pass forward, knocked away. Left back, now a wrister towards the net. That one deflected away. And Wayzata has just been so active tonight, getting their sticks in the way, getting their bodies in the way. They come up on offense. This is Fallon. Fallon backhands into the crease. This one goes wide. A player knocked down to the ice. No penalties called on it when we play on. Icebreakers through neutral. Bredigan knocked off the puck from behind. Greenshields grabs control. She breaks the blue line. Has help. Passes it across. This shot deflected away.
Boy, you know what? I tell you, if they could have started out playing that first period like they're playing right now, this would not be a 4-goal differential or 5-goal differential game. The Icebreakers have found their legs and they found their physicality.
Meyer hands it back, now dumped in behind the net. Giving chase is Casey Johnson. She picks it up in the corner, gives to Hackley, back towards Johnson, looking for some help.
And the ref gave her some.
There, Hackley sort of held it into the blue line for a moment. Now it's knocked away and taken the other direction. Mathiasen swarmed by white sweaters and bumped off the puck.
Casey Johnson.
Again, you talk about how when a player for St. Cloud gets the puck in the offensive zone and they are swarmed by Trojans.
Oh my gosh.
10:25 to go in the third period. 5-0 the lead for Wayzata as the Trojans pick it up on the offensive end, grab behind the net, try to come out front, knocked away. Hansen getting into the act to help out. Now it's Madison Don. She feeds it forward, tipped ahead by Chamerick. Puck lost, St. Cloud gains it back, send it down to the near side. Chamerick tapping it back to Mathiasen. She'll get it in over the blue line. Bouncing puck, scooped up by the Trojans. Here's Hackley down to the near side. Feed ahead by Wisniewski. Knocked away. Wisniewski trying to get it back. Instead, St. Cloud pokes it in to the Trojan zone. Backhander. Wisniewski up ahead now, trying to bring it in as a defender. Picked up by Urban for a moment. Knocked away. Gaining control is Gabby Rude. Wisniewski at neutral. Hands it off. Gets it right back from Schindler. Wisniewski looking for a passing lane, tipped around, but it went perfectly to Alexa Osell. Looking for number 3, shot save made. Osell shut down as she came in against Musilovic. Nothing there for her. On the other side, Cornelius skating up. Got a couple of solid 6s here tonight, and Cornelius with a pass across made it through everyone. Picked up on the move by McCollins, 2-on-1 opportunity. McCollins holds, passes across,
nice
well read by the defense. Sophia O'Neill, once again, she shines through. And brought the other way, chance for Rude, passes it over. Arvidsson back towards her and the shot sails wide. Trojans, as we get a little back and forth rush action, they'll send it ahead to Adalin. Adalin trying to make a move around the defender, shut down. And once again, the defense stands up for the Icebreakers. That was Lauren Cumming, the junior. Sloan Matthews gains control on the offensive end. Tries a centering pass that ends up with Adalin. She's knocked down behind the net. I thought we'd see a penalty on that. Nothing comes.
Too.
Looked like a trip. Adalin back up and at it. Tries to feed it in. That one knocked away from Matthews. Here's Hackley. And St. Cloud gains control. Milbauer out of the zone. Spins around to slow things down and hands it back, allowing her teammates to change up. Also going to make it a little harder to get it up ice as the Trojans whack it back in to the Icebreakers zone. 8 minutes to play in this third period. So we're more than halfway through the third.
Two-on-one situation here.
Here, pad save made.
The one thing the Trojans have been doing, I think, consistently in the game, and they're doing it better in St. Cloud. They're moving the puck so well between each other. You know, a lot of times all 5 players on the ice touch the puck in any particular rush or any particular time. Look at that. What a great wide side rink pass.
Puck brought ahead and shot towards the front. That one knocked away. Never really got a clean one towards the goaltender. Wayzata turning around. They've done a nice job on the forecheck tonight to be very aware.
Yes.
And hold the puck in the zone.
Well, their positioning is good. They are anticipating where the puck's going. They're giving each other support. So one gets there, the second one gets there when they need them.
Fallon had it for a moment, but here come the Icebreakers the other way. This is Mathiasen. She breaks the blue line, sends a puck just wide of the net, bounces hard. Annika Swanson has it for the Trojans. Down towards the near side corner. Puck knocked around, grabbed hold of by Cornelius. Sends a bouncing puck into the crease, and it is finally scooped up. There was a player on the doorstep. That was Chamernick trying to punch the puck in. Doesn't go as Garvis holds on.
Chamernick's a 7th grader. I love the fact she's standing in front of that net with her size and stuff. Way to go. Nice play here. Cornelius coming through. And it kind of slithers through. I don't know where it goes. She shot it. Came off the Wayzata Trojan player, I think, and slithered over to her.
In the far corner, Rude has it. tries to play it to the middle for Arvidsson. Instead, ends up behind the net, controlled by Wayzata. They leave it back to Schindler. Nice pass ahead. She hits Higher perfectly, skating along the near side into the offensive zone. Higher looking for help, sends it across. Kind of in between a pass and a shot. She probably wanted to get that on the pads of the goaltender, or maybe get luckier than that. Feed to Higher in the middle, deflected away, and the Icebreakers track it down near side. St. Cloud trying to get it out. Higher mucking things up. Out to the far side. And the Icebreakers gain control. They've got a player up ahead if they can get a pass over there. I don't think Cornelius knew that Rude was out there waiting. Been line mates for a while, but didn't see her.
I don't think they've had this much pressure on them as they've moved up the ice. They probably can break away pretty good, especially through the neutral zone. They skate really well, but the Trojans can skate right with them.
Icebreakers on offense get a shot in, but mostly just to dump it so they can change. Wisniewski bringing it up. She's a defender, but she doesn't hesitate to carry it forward. Osell with a centering pass and chopping at it in front was Casey Johnson. Here's Annika Swanson. Urban spinning around.
You know, the second and third line for St. Cloud has really improved too. It's helped them out a lot. They didn't have to depend on the first line, but they've done a good job here, and especially they're checking, especially this line here, this third line.
4:35 to go in the third period. We have not had a goal in this period. Of course, in the second, it took till there was 12 seconds left for us to get a goal. But the real news of it is that if St. Cloud had a chance to come back, you would have liked to have seen them score early and often in this third, and they haven't come up with anything yet. Hackley taking a shot.
Beautiful.
Goal. Made it through everyone from the top of the slot. Addie Hackley sends it on, and I'm not sure if it got tipped by anyone.
No, I think she got a straight shot right in the lower right corner of the net, right on the small slot, probably the width of the puck to get past Misalevich. Get a good look at here. Oh, it was tipped.
And they had someone right in front. That looked like Sophie Urban, but did she make contact? I don't think that was Urban that got it.
No, it's
was it the defender or was it
22 Matthews? No, Wisniewski.
Wisniewski?
Yeah, I think.
I'm waiting to see the official word now because we're all turned around.
That changed direction.
So now we go to running time with just over 4 minutes to go in a 6-goal game. Although the scoreboard here at the arena hasn't been changed. Can't keep up with the Trojans tonight.
Nope.
Puck played down to the near side.
Well, Coon Rapids is kind of your laid-back community, you know. not to hurry, no big deal. We all know what the score is.
Scoring for the Wayzata Trojans, number 5, Abby.
They credit it to
They
Hackley.
gave it to Hackley.
Came from number 16, Maddie McCollins. I think that was Hackley from
McCollins with her 3rd assist of the night. It's not quite a hat trick. Toupee trick, yarmulke trick, something smaller than a hat. I don't know what it would be, but 3 assists is an outstanding night for Maddie McCollins. See the penalty, and that'll...
Cummings again, yeah, on the trip, but... Okay, here it goes. Oh, I guess it didn't touch anybody. That looked pretty...
It looked like it moved at some point, but I don't know.
Not from that angle.
Under 3 minutes to go. We won't try to take it away from Addie Hackley anymore. She gets to keep it.
Yeah, we'll let her have it.
The puck down into the near side corner. I don't think defenders would appreciate us changing the score. The sophomore getting on the board. Good for her.
Wayzata getting a chance now to run their power play again. You know, overall, though, John, I'd say even though the score is the score and it's running time right now, I think St. Cloud's got to feel pretty good walking out of here, how they started this game and how they played through the middle and the end of it. And they've done a good job of fighting back and battling.
2:14 to go here in the third period. Trip on Cumming has the Trojans on the power play once more. 1 minute left on that power play, 2 minutes left in the game. Can they get number 7? And again, we're in running time with a 6-goal lead in the third period. Puck played into the near side corner by the Icebreakers. Rude trying to get around everyone, ends up on the far side boards. Taylor Holm takes a chop at it. Holm just an 8th grader. You mentioned the 7th grader, Chamernick. But there's youth all along this Icebreakers squad.
Well, they just brought Holm up from their youth program. This is her very first game as a varsity hockey player here for St. Cloud, and she got physically handled in the first period, and so I think she got woke up real quick to high school hockey with the girls.
It's a little different up here.
Yeah.
4 years, I mean, it's just such a big difference for a senior and an 8th grader.
Oh, not even close. You know, just look at the size, look at the skating ability. But you know what? Sometimes the program to be sustained has got to do things like that. And she's a starter for the high school soccer team.
Okay.
And she also varsity lettered in track and field last year as a 7th grader. So she's a bit of an athlete.
Icebreakers controlling a neutral ice with just 40 seconds left. They've killed off one penalty. Now they're looking at an advantage as Wayzata penalized. Greta Branton is in the box. St. Cloud looking for that first goal of the season. Fell 2-0 to North Wright County, down 6-0 here. And they're running out of time, just 15 seconds left. Holding, Donk takes a shot, pad save made, and that might secure the shutout for Stephanie Garvis tonight. Puck played along the near side, Wayzata gets it out of the zone. This one rolls towards the goaltender instead of going for an icing, and that will wrap up play tonight. Trojans dominant from start to finish. They get a 6-0 win in their home away from home tonight. Their non-home game goes as a victory. So the Trojans improved to 1-1. Icebreakers dropped to 0-2. And again, I'll go back to what we said early. Not so worried about the Trojans scoring anymore. No, they had an opponent that they could work it, and by God, they spread it around nicely. Not just 1 or 2 people. Again, that's an attribute to the way they move the puck around. St. Cloud, I think they learned a lot tonight, and the way they came back and fought back. I mean, they just could have crumpled up the tents and let it be 15-0. And they did a good job, and especially their young people. So overall, if you look at it from a coach's viewpoint, it was a pretty good game for both teams. Trojans, well, big scoring night. We're going to talk with some of those big scores when we come back here on CCX Media. Trojans win 6-0.
Every time I hear the alarm bell go off in school, I think it's an air raid.
A lot of houses in our neighborhood have been destroyed. I like to close my ears and sing songs whenever the bombs come close.
I'm worried our new neighbors won't like us.
But I know it's all gonna be worth it. I just want my family to be safe. But these are not my words.
These are not my words.
These are not my words.
Welcome back to the Coon Rapids Ice Center. John Haddon with you here on CCX Media following a big victory for the Wayzata Trojans, 6-0 over St. Cloud tonight. And I'm now joined by 2 of the players that participated in a very offensive-heavy game tonight, Alexa Osell and Annika Swanson. And let's start with where we are. Is it weird playing a home game, not at home?
Yeah, no, Coon Rapids. It's an odd situation for the team, but glad we could wear our new jerseys for the first time. Pretty cool.
Alexa, 2 goals in this game for you, 3 on the season already. Seems like you've picked up the scoring in a way that maybe wasn't there as much last year.
Yeah, no, for sure. It's really fun this year because I get to play with girls I've played with for a long time, and they've all been pretty dirty goals, one from the point from this one right here, and it's really fun to get those goals in the net right away.
How big was it to bounce back from that first game of the season and get yourself a W tonight?
It was huge for the team. We have a lot of potential and upcoming girls, and we're all really like each other, so getting the first W felt really good. Annika,
2 feeds for you in this game, leading to a pair of goals. let's start with offense, even though you are a defender. Is it fun to watch a game like this and participate in a game like this where you guys just roll the score up?
Yeah, it for sure is. It's also fun to play teams that challenge you. I think we were challenged in this game just coming off a loss, so I thought it was a really good game to play.
Defensively tonight, without Megan Marshall, how much did that change things for your group?
More playing time, but obviously we missed her, but it was fun to play more.
1-1 on the season. What do you think you've learned about yourself, about this team so far in the early goings?
I think we're clicking really well as a team, and our teamwork is really great, so I'm really excited for the rest of the season.
Annika, Alexa, congratulations on the victory tonight. Thanks so much for joining us. Big thanks to those ladies and to our entire CCX media crew, as well as my broadcast partner, Dan Ficken. I'm John Haddon saying so long from the Coon Rapids Ice Center, where tonight the Trojans are victorious 6-0 over St. Cloud.